When you hear the words service animal, you probably think of something like a seeing eye dog helping a blind person navigate the town they live in. However, the term service animal can mean much more. A service animal is either a dog or miniature horse that is individually trained to do work or perform some tasks directly related to the person's disability. Service animals also include law enforcement animals. Animals in training are also eligible for the definition depending on the state you live in. Vermont allows animals in training to be defined as service animals. Service animals do not require certification or any special identification. Service animals cannot be restricted from places of public accommodation. This includes schools, stores, restaurants, hospitals, public transportations, tattoo parlors, etc.
So what work or tasks can a service animal provide? Providing stability for a person who has difficulty walking. Picking up items for someone who has limited use of their hands or uses a wheelchair. Preventing a child with autism from wandering away. Warning a person with hearing loss that someone is approaching from behind. Alerting a person with diabetes to a drop in insulin or a person with epilepsy to an onset of a seizure. These are just a few examples of the tasks service animals can provide.
If you are a business owner or own a place of public accommodation and someone with a dog or miniature horse enters your establishment, you may ask only 2 questions. Is the dog required because of the disability? And what work or task has the animal been trained to perform? Be sure that the questions you're asking are directed to the handler themselves. Do not try to interact with or distract the animal, as you may interfere with the activity the animal has been trained to do. Beside these 2 questions, you cannot ask anything else, including questions about vests or ID, certification, or anything explicit about the person's disability, or ask the animal to perform the task. Service animals must be leashed, harnessed, or tethered at all times, unless doing so interferes with the work that they perform. If they are not, they must be under voice control. Service animals must also always be well behaved. For instance, they cannot jump up on people or counters, relieve themselves in places of public accommodation, or bark continuously. A service animal can be excluded from a location if and only if they change the nature of the provided services, present a legitimate health risk, or are out of the control of their handler. The best thing to do if you are a business owner or work in a place of public accommodation is to 1. Establish a general inclusive policy relating to service animals, 2. Train your staff on the only 2 questions they may ask, if necessary, and 3. On how to react to different situations that may come up. Many people confuse service animals with assistance, comfort, or therapy animals, which are allowed in housing as a reasonable accommodation to a disability.
An assistance animal can be any animal, including these.
The laws and policies surrounding service animals are covered by a variety of different state and federal departments. These laws are enforced by the Vermont Human Rights Commission, the U.S. Department of Justice, and the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Remember, there's always an opportunity to learn more about service animals and the policies regarding them. It's always good to have open and accessible conversations about the topic, so feel free to visit the websites in the description to learn more.